guys, so welcome back to my channel Creative Hands by Shay. So I am back again with another video, and this time I'll be making a toddler sweater. So I'll be making this sweater for my daughter, and for this sweater I will be attaching some little tiny bows onto the front. And I went ahead and I made the little tiny bows here. They're looking super cute, you can see them. So I have them in different colors, and I will be putting these onto the front. So guys, if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, and I hope that you will stay here with me. To my regular viewers and subscribers, thank you so much for being here, guys. I really do appreciate it. So for more information on this video, make sure you click the description box down below so that you'll be able to get more info and materials and stuff that I will be using in this video. So I have my darning needle here, my scissors, and I have also my hook that I will be using, which is a 4.5mm crochet hook. So I will be listing everything into the description box, so make sure you check that out so that you will have everything that you need. So guys, let's jump in the video. So to begin, we will start off by making a slip knot. So insert your hook, wrap it around, and pull up a loop. You can make your slip knot however comfortable you feel like making it. So once you have done so, you're going to pull down your yarn on your hook, making sure that it's sliding through. Then you are going to go ahead and make some chains. So you're going to make 50 chains. And once I'm at my 50, I will meet back up with you and I will show you what to do next. So I'm just going to go ahead and chain away, and I'll see you there. So now I am at my 50 chains, and this is what it looks like. So moving on, you are going to yarn over and you're going to skip 2 chains, so 1, 2, and you're going to make a double crochet in the next stitch here. And you're going to continue making double crochet right down to the end, and you should have a total of 48 stitches. So I'm just going to go ahead and make my double crochets, and I will meet back up with you once I'm there. So now I have come to my last stitch here, and I'm just going to yarn over and make my double crochet. And this is what it looks like so far. So what you will do now, you will go ahead and chain 3, and that chain 3 is going to count as a reverse stitch. And what we're going to do is we are going to make back post and front post double crochet. So you're going to yarn over, you're going to go into this stitch here, so we'll go under like this, yarn over and pull through and make your first front post there. And then you're going to yarn over, go into the back, so go from here, insert, go back this way and pull up and make your back post. Again, front post, and back post. Front post, and back post. And you're going to continue doing that right down to the end, and I will show you what to do next. So now I have come to my last stitch and my chain 2 here. So you're going to yarn over and make a front post double crochet. And that completes our row there. So this is what it looks like so far. So moving on, you'll be doing one more row of front post and back post double crochet, and you're going to chain up 3, 1, 2, and 3. Remember that counts as our first stitch there. because we don't want to lose the count of our 48 stitches. So now you're going to yarn over and you're going to go into this front post here, and you're going to make one front post, yarn over, go into the back. Now it's a little bit more easier to make your front post and back post now that you're at your second row. Make your front post and your back post. Front post and your back post. So continue doing that right down to the end, and then I will show you what to do next. So now I have reached back down to my back post here, and I am going to yarn over and go into that back post and make a back post double crochet. And where we had our chain 3, which is here, you're going to yarn over and make a front post double crochet. And that completes my last row there. So moving along, now we are going to start making the body of the sweater. So this time you'll be only chaining 2. Turn your work, and into that same stitch there, this stitch, you are going to go into that stitch and make one double crochet. Let me just redo that. Yarn over, going to the next stitch and make a double crochet. And in each and every stitches across, you will be yarning over and making your double crochet. So continue doing that, and I will see you at the end. So now we have come back down to this part here where we had our chain 2, but this is where you're going to put your last stitch on top of your front post double crochet there, which will be the back post on this side. So you're going to yarn over, go into that stitch, that's your last stitch, and make your double crochet. And this is what your row should look like. And what you're going to do is you are going to continue doing your double crochets right up. So you're going to do 18 rows of double crochet. Make sure that you chain your 2, and your chain 2 does not count as a stitch. That is just there as our turning chain. So go into that immediate stitch right there and start your double crochet, and continue making double crochet right up until you have 18 rows, and then I'll meet you back there and I'll show you what to do next. So there you can see. So now I have come to the end of making my 18th row. So I'm just doing my last 2 stitches here. I'm just going to pull up on that, and this is what our panel looks like so far. So moving along, what we're going to work on now is the shoulder strap. So we're going to go ahead and chain 1 this time and turn your work. Now that you have chained your 1, you're going to yarn over and make a double crochet in that stitch. And you're going to make double crochet in 15 stitches. So that's my first one. And I'm just going to continue making double crochet until I get to 15 stitches, and then I'll meet back up with you. So now I have come to my 15th stitch, and what we're going to do now, we are going to be doing some decreases. So you're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now that you have done so, you're going to yarn over, go into that first stitch there, and you're going to make a double crochet, but you're not going to finish it. You're going to pull through 2, you're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, you're going to pull through 2, and then yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that eliminate one stitch there. And then you're going to continue making double crochet right across. And then once you make your double crochet right across, you will chain one and start the next row. So I'm going to continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end. So now I have come to the end, and I have my chain one here. Now I'm going to turn my work, and I'm going to double crochet right down. And before you finish your last second to, well, when you reach your second to last stitch, you will do another decrease. So this is how you're going to start each row and do your decreases. So I'm just going to continue doing this. So now I have come to my two last stitches here. I'm going to yarn over, go into that stitch, pull through two loops in the hook. You're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull through two, yarn over, pull through all three, and that eliminates another stitch there. You're going to chain one and turn. So you're going to continue doing this same sequence. When you get to this part here, you will do your decrease, and you're going to do a total of six rows of this decrease here for the shoulder strap. So I'm just going to continue doing that. If you don't remember what to do, you can always rewind the video. So I'm doing a decrease here again, so that you won't forget what to do. So I'm just going to continue making my stitches, and I have done so you should have a total of 6. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and I have 2 more rows to go. So I will see you at the end of making that 2 last row. So now I have come to the end of my last row there, and this is what your shoulder strap should look like. So it should be going that way because of the decreases that we did. So now what you're going to do is you are going to fasten off, but make sure that you leave a long tail, probably about 9 inches or so that you can use that to sew up your shoulder strap here. So I'm just going to leave about this amount. And I'm just going to chain one and pull up on that. Now moving on to the next shoulder strap here, we are going to join our yarn here. And we're going to chain one and give it a tie. Okay, so now that we have joined our yarn, we are going to chain one, and into that same stitch you're going to yarn over and make 1 double crochet, and with this tail end here you are going to work over it so that you don't have to weave it in at the end. So make your double crochets. Remember, we're doing 15 double crochets. Once you reach to your 15, then the second row will be a decrease row. So just as we did with the first shoulder strap there, we will be repeating the same thing on this side. So continue doing that, and I will see you at my 15 stitches. So now I have come to the end here of my 15 stitches, and you should have 18 stitches inside this part here. So I am just going to chain one, turn my work and make my decrease. So that's 1, 2, and pull through all 3. Then make your double crochet right across. So I am just going to go ahead and work up this side, and I will meet back up with you. Again, please feel free to rewind the video if you did not get it in the beginning. So when you work down your rows here and you're going to go to the next row, you will do a decrease. So each time you work down to this side, you will make a decrease, and when you come back down, you will make another decrease again. So continue doing that, and I'll see you at the end of my 6th row. So guys, now I have come to the end of making my both shoulder strap here, and now is the time to go ahead and make your second panel just as this one. So do the same replica. Please feel free to rewind the video so that you'll be making it the exact same length and width. So I did already made one of my panels, and this is what it looks like. So it is replicating, I'm saying replicating, it is replica of the first one here. So it is basically the same length and width on the sides here, so you can see. Let me just fix this over. Yep, so you can see that there. So now what you're gonna do is you are going to sew up the top of your shoulder strap, and I did leave some strings out on the end of these ones here. So I am going to go ahead and pin my armhole area here. So I'm just going to count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9, and I'm going to put my stitch marker right here. So right at this joint in here. So we're gonna make our armhole here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you're gonna skip 9 rows down and place your stitch marker right at the end of the 9th row. So you're gonna go ahead and do the same thing on this side. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and 9. So you're just gonna place your stitch marker here at the end of the 9th row. And now you're going to go ahead and sew up your sleeve here. So make sure that it is on the side that you want yours to be on. So I'm just going to pull this out, and I am going to use a needle to sew this part up here. Or I can probably use my hook. Rather yet, I'm going to use a needle. So I'm going to pull out this one here also. And I'm just going to go into each stitch here on this side. So I'm basically going inside the stitches, doing some basic in and out stitches to close off the shoulder strap here. So you can go ahead and sew up the top of your shoulder strap on both sides, and I will see you at the end of sewing mine. So I'm going to sew this one and then sew the other one. So I'll see you there. So guys, I am done sewing my shoulder strap here. And then I realized that my armhole area here was a little bit too small, so I removed the stitch marker and I put it down at the end of the 11th row. So counting from here, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. So right at the end of the 11th row, that's where I put my stitch marker. So we will be sewing up the sides here, and we'll be stopping here where the stitch marker is. So I'm just going to remove this one on this side here, and I'm going to count down 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11, and I'm going to put my stitch marker here right at the end. So now I am going to go ahead and sew up the sides here, and I'm just going to use my needle and do some basic in and out stitches. So make sure that you're going in the right down in the edge part here of your sweater, and you're going to sew from there. So I'm just going to leave that string. Okay, so making sure that it is secured there, and we're just gonna go and do some basic in and out stitch. So you can do whip stitch or any stitch of your choice. Just make sure that you stitch down the sides neatly, or if you want to use your hook, you can also use your hook to sew down the side as well. So I'm just going to go ahead, continue making my sewing right up to the stitch marker here, and I'm going to do the same thing on the other side, and then I will meet back up with you and I'll show you how to close off the neck. So continue doing that and I will see you there. So guys, now I am going to go ahead and work on the neck part here. So I have done sewed up all my sides here, and I'm just going to flip that over. And you can see where we join here and where we join on the other side here. So that's our armhole area, and this is the next armhole, and this is what our sweater looks like so far without sleeve. So now we are going to work on the neckline. So what we're going to do is I'm just going to work from in the corner here, and I'm going to attach my yarn here. Chain up 1 and give it a tie. Now that we have done so, we are going to go ahead and chain 2. Better yet, instead of putting it into the corner here, I am going to start from one of the shoulder strap. I think that will work better. So we're going to go into this little corner part here where the joining is, and we're going to start there. So give that a tie. Let me just redo that. So now that we have attached our yarn, we are going to go ahead and chain up 1 and 2 into that same stitched area there. We are going to put 1 double crochet, and then into this little part that you see here, we are going to put another double crochet. We're going to go into this part. So basically we're working where we had done our decreases, we're working into those stitches. So I'm making another double crochet, going into the next one here, make another double crochet into the next one, make another double crochet. I hope I'm not going too fast. Go into the next one here, make another double crochet, and I'm just continue making double crochets right down until we get to our stitches at this side here. Into this one, another double crochet, into this double crochet there, we're going to make one double crochet, and then we have our stitch here, we're going to make a double crochet there, and we are going to make one double crochet into each stitches here, which you should have 18 stitches into the center part here. So continue making double crochet, and just as we did on this part here, we are going to do the same thing here, same thing here, same thing here, and back up to this part, and you're going to continue doing that, and I will see you at the end of making my double crochets. So now I am back to where we started here, and I'm going to make a slip stitch on top of our first double crochet, and this is what it looks like so far. So you can see the neckline coming up nicely. Hope you can see that. So now what we're going to do is we are going to do some front post and back post double crochet to bring that neck together. So you're going to chain up 1, 2, and into that first stitch there we're going to yarn over, and we're going to do a front post double crochet. Into the next one we're going to do a back post double crochet. So just as we did when we were making the ribbon for the end of the sweater, you will be doing the same exact thing, doing front post and back post double crochet. So I am just going to continue doing that right around, and I will meet you at the end. So this is what it looks like. So now I have come to my last stitch, and I'm going to do a front post double crochet there, and then slip stitch on top of our first front post here. Now we're going to chain 1, 2, and we're going to do another round of front post and back post double crochet. And I just want to show you what our sweater looks like so far. So this is what it looks like. So we're going to do another row as I stated, and once you're through with that row, then we will finish off with a single crochet for the neck, and then we can start on the sleeves. So continue doing your front post and back post double crochet, and I'll meet back with you when I'm going to do the single crochet. So guys, now I have come back to where we started here, and I'm going to do my last 2 stitches. So my back post and my front post. And then I'm going to slip stitch on top of our front post, double crochet here. So now that we have done that, we are now going to chain 1, and we are going to, this is what it looks like so far. So I want to get it like a little bit round, a little bit more round, other than having it up like that. So what I'm going to do is I am going to do some single crochets. So I'm going to do 3 rows of single crochets. So I have my slip stitch on top of my first front post there. I'm going to go back into that same stitch, and I'm going to make 1 single crochet and continue making single crochet right around. When you get back to this part, you will slip stitch into the first single crochet, and then chain up 1 and then continue making a single crochet right around. So this is what it looks like. So continue doing that, and I will see you at the end of making my 3 rows of single crochet. So guys, now I have come to the end of making my single crochets, and now I'm going to slip stitch here, and I'm going to fasten off. And I'm just going to pull that through. So I'm not going to chain 1, I'm just going to pull it through. And I'm going to show you what it looks like now. And I also went ahead and installed one of my sleeve, and I use a different color. So this is what our neckline looks like. So you can see what I was talking about, that I wanted it to look a bit more round. So it's looking really neat now. And I use a pink color for my sleeve here, because I noticed that the remainder yarn that I have is not matching up with the same color here. So guys, whenever you're buying your yarn, make sure that you look at them, because now I noticed that this one here, I don't know if it will be showing so much on camera, but the texture of this one is different from the one that I'm using. So you can see, so this is the new one here, and this is the one that I'm using. So I tried using this one, and I see that it didn't work out, it didn't look right. So I just decided to just scrap this yarn and use a different color to make the sleeve, and I think it turns out pretty well. So this is what the sleeve looks like, and I'll show you how to attach your sleeve here. So what I will do is I will start off by inserting my hook into the center part here, and I'm going to do some single crochets around so I can have my foundation. So now that I have done so, I'm just going to chain 1, give that a tie, now that I chain my 1 here now, this first chain 1 does not count as a stitch, or my turning chain is just to attach the yarn. So now this is going to be my turning chain, this chain 1 here. And what you're going to do is you are going to make 36 single crochet. So insert your hook and make your single crochet, and make sure that you're going into the end part of the stitches, or you can go inside of the double crochet. So I am going to go here, I'm going to go here. So make sure when you don't do them too close, because you don't want to have too much stitches. You want to have a total of 36 stitches. So I had 36 stitches on this sleeve here, so I should have the same amount on this one here as well. So I'm just going to go ahead and continue making my stitches around, and I'll meet back up with you once I am at my 36. So I'm going to go into this double crochet here. So I'm going inside of the stitch. And the reason why I'm doing that too is because I don't want to have holes into my work. So I'm trying my best to kind of gauge it, so you can see I'm not having any holes. So continue doing that right around, and I will meet you once I'm at my 36 single crochets. So now I have come back to where we started here, and I'm going to make my last stitch into this little space here, and that gives me a total of 36 stitches. Now I am going to slip stitch on top of our first single crochet here. So this is where we did our chain 1, and I'm going to single crochet here. Sorry, I'm going to slip stitch there, and I'm going to fasten off. I think I should just chain 1 so that it is secured. Let me just redo that. So now that I slip stitch, I'm going to chain 1. Okay, and there it is. I have my 36 stitches right around for the armhole area here. So now I am going to go ahead and join my yarn. So I'm going to go right into that stitch and attach my yarn. I'm going to chain 1, give it a tie. So I'm just going to tie it with the other yarn here. I'm going to chain 1. And into that same stitch, we are going to yarn over and make, we're going to chain 2 instead of chaining 1. And then we're going to yarn over and make a double crochet. And into each and every stitches around, you are going to make 1 double crochet. So you should have a total of 36 double crochet at the end. So I'm just going to continue doing that, making double crochets right around. And I will see you at the end here. So now I have come to the end here, and I have my last stitch remaining. Now that I have done my last stitch there, I am going to slip stitch on top of our first single crochet here. Remember, chain 2 does not count as a stitch. And now you're going to chain up 1, 2. Into that same stitch, you are going to make 1 double crochet. So the chain 2 is just a returning chain. And you're going to continue making your rows right around until you get to 16 rows. So once you're at your 16 rows, or once I'm at my 16 rows, I will meet back up with you and I'll show you what to do next, because we will be doing some decreases so that we can get our sleeve looking exactly like this one. So continue making your rows. When you get to the end, just make your slip stitch on top of your first double crochet, chain up 2, and make a double crochet into that same stitch and continue the same sequence. So I'll meet back up with you once I am at my 16 rows. So guys, now I have come back to the end of my row here, and I have a total of 16 rows. So I'm just going to yarn over and make my last double crochet and make my slip stitch here. So now we're going to chain up 2 again, and into our next row, which is row 17, we will be doing decrease. So you're going to insert your hook and you're going to pull up a loop. You have 3 loops in the hook. You're going to yarn over, pull through 2. You're going to yarn over again, go into the next stitch, insert your hook, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. And then now you have 3 loops in the hook. You're going to yarn over and pull through all 3 loops. And that eliminates 1 stitch. You're going to yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2 loops in the hook, yarn over again, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2. Now you have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops. You eliminated another stitch. And this is how you're going to continue doing it, by yarning over, inserting your hook, pull up a loop, pull through 2, yarn over, go into the next stitch, pull up a loop, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through all 3 loops, and that eliminates another stitch again. So continue doing that right around, and I will see you at the end here. So guys, and now I am at my last 2 stitch here, which I'm gonna do my last decrease. And I'm gonna do my slip stitch on top of our first double crochet here, and that completes row 17. You should have a total of 18 stitches around, so you can go ahead and count them. So 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16 17 and 18. So now you are going to chain up 2. You're going to yarn over, and now we will be doing front post and back post double crochet. Sorry, I'm saying front post and back post. Now you're going to do just regular double crochets right around. Sorry about that. So we're just going to continue making double crochets right around, and I'll meet back up with you, and then we will be doing front post and back post. So now I have come to my last stitch here, and I'm going to slip stitch on top of my first double crochet, chain up 2, and now we are going to do front post and back post double crochet. So you're going to yarn over and you're going to insert your hook inside and you're going to pull it through on the other side like this. Yarn over and pull through your yarn, and that completes a front post double crochet. You're going to yarn over and you're going to put your hook from the back. You're going to insert your hook like this and you're going to put it through from the back and pull up a loop, and that completes your back post double crochet. So again, insert your hook from the front, come out this way, yarn over, pull up a loop, pull through and finish your front post. Yarn over, going to the back, so you're inserting from the back like that, pull through and make your back post. So you're going to continue doing this right around, and I'll meet you at the end here. So now I have come to my last stitch here, and I'm going to do a back post double crochet, and that completes our row. We're going to slip stitch on top of our first front post here, and that completes our first row there for the ribbon. Now you're going to chain up 2 and you're going to do 3 more rows of front post and back post double crochet. So insert your hook just as we did before and make your front post and back post double crochet, front post and back post. So I'll see you at the end of my 3 rows. So now I have come to the end of my last row here, and I'm just going to make my last back post double crochet. And make my slip stitch on top of my front post double crochet here, and that completes our row. Just gonna pull that up for a little bit so you can see what the sleeves look like, and I'm just gonna match that one on top of this one here so you can see that they're all the same length. So what you can do is you can stretch on the sleeve because it's a bit stretchy there. So if you feel that the sleeve is a little bit tight, you can just go and stretch it and it will come out nicely. So now I'm just gonna cut that off and I'm gonna pull through. And I did put my needle onto this part here, so I'm just going to show you how I'm going to close off the neck part here, just to weave in the tail. So I am going to go into this front loop and into this loop, which would be to the front here. I'm going to go into that one and just tug on it a little bit, and that's how I'm going to close it off. And I'm just going to go inside, and you're going to do the same exact thing with the ribbon of the sleeve as well. So basically you're just going to go into little areas of the neckline in here and weave your tail in, making sure that you're not sticking the needle on the outer part here, making sure you're staying inside of the wrong side of the neck. Okay, so I think that's good enough. I'm just gonna do one more. Now I'm just gonna cut that off. And what I plan to do now is, so now you can see the neck and both sleeves are completed. So you can leave this as is because the sweater is now technically completed. So it's looking very cute, and you can see the neckline in there. So what I plan to do is, because I use the pink sleeve here, I am going to put 2 rows of pink on the ribbon of the end part of the sweater, just to give it a kick, to let the sweater looks more prettier. So I'm just gonna go ahead and join my pink yarn here. So now I am going to be doing 2 rows of single crochet. So I'm just going to insert my hook here and join my yarn. Just going to give it a tie. I'm going to chain 1, and we're going to work over this tail here. So I'm just going to go into each stitch on the edges. And make single crochets right around. And you know what we could also do is, instead of doing the single crochets on the top, we could kind of go like inside of a stitch here, just like this. Go inside. Yeah, so I think that one looks better. So instead of doing the single crochets into the stitches here, we're going inside, in between of the double crochets. So in between. I'm just making this up as we go along here, because I just want to have a little kick pink down on the bottom of the sweater here. So I hope that I'm not confusing you. So you're going to continue doing that right around till you come back to this part. You're going to slip stitch on top of your first single crochet, and then chain 1 and make another round of single crochet, and then I'll meet back up with you once I'm finished. So guys, now I am back to where we started off here, and I'm going to do a slip stitch on top of our first single crochet here. And this is what it looks like so far, and I think that it is looking cute. And now we're going to do another row of single crochet. So chain up 1, go back into that same stitch and make 1 single crochet. Go into the next stitch and make 1 single crochet. And you're going to continue making single crochets right around, and I'll meet back up with you. So guys, now I have come to the end of my row here, and I'm just going to make my last single crochet, and I'm going to slip stitch here and fasten off. So now that I have done so, you can see what the sweater looks like. So you can see that nice little edges down here, and I think that this edges here complements the sweater well. It looks really cute. And this is the body as I showed you before. So now what we will be doing is we'll be attaching the bows onto the sweater. If you want your sweater to be plain, you can have your sweater plain, but I will be attaching the bows onto the sweater. So I am just going to go ahead and get my bows here. And what I will be doing is I will be lining them up as to where I want them to be. So I'm just going to put the pink over here. I'm going to put this color here. I'm going to put a blue in the middle here. I'm going to put another golden looking color there, and I'm going to put a pink down to the bottom, so I hope you can see that well. I'm going to put another blue here, and I'm going to put a golden color there and another blue there. So this is how I'm going to line them up, and I'm going to use my pin to pin them on so that I can sew them down where I have them so that they don't move. And for these little purple ones, I will be attaching that onto the end of the sleeve here, just as the right at the ribbon here. I will be attaching that right there. So I'm just going to leave those two aside for now, and I'm going to get my pin and I'm going to pin them on. So I'll go off camera and I'll pin them on, and I'll meet back up with you just to secure them. So guys, now I am just going to tack these on. So basically I am just going to go inside my sweater here. So I just insert my needle and I'm going to flip it over, and I'm just going to go through one of the stitches, making sure that I am going through the bow. Inserting the needle into the corner so I have the corner down. So as I stated guys, this is optional. You don't have to put these bows on your sweater, but I will be doing a tutorial and I'll show you how I made them. So I am just going to go ahead and sew all my bows on, and I'll meet back up with you and show you what they look like when they're all done. I'm just weaving this in so that it stays into place. So there's my bow all installed. So I'll see you when I'm done. So guys, the sweater is now completed and this is what it looks like. So there is the little bow there on next to the ribbon of the sleeve and on the other side as well. And this is all my bows that I installed, and the sweater is looking cute. So this is a cute little girl sweater. If you want to make this for a boy, this sweater can actually go for a boy as well, without putting all these bows on top of it. So yeah, you can make it plain or you can add bows to it. So guys, I hope that you loved this tutorial and I hope that you were able to make one of your own. If you want to know the measurement of how to make it, if you have a toddler sweater, you can just measure it from there and get the width and the length. And actually that's how I actually made this sweater. I actually measured it on one of my daughter's other sweaters, and that's how I got my measurement. So I'm just gonna measure it and let you see. So from the sleeve joining here to the end here is measuring, let me show you, 12 inches long, and the width is about 11.5 inches wide. Okay, so this is what it is, and from the joining of the sleeve it is measuring 9 inches, I would say about 9 inches long, and that would be about 23 centimeters. So guys, as I stated, I hope that you like this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. Until next time, bye.